So Resident Evil 3 unlocked like 4 hours ago, I think. I don't know. Mm, like 5 hours ago, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So the game is shit. It's pure shit, which is shouldn't surprise anyone. And I'm not talking about the reviews that are like, oh, you know, it's worth checking out. Or the people that are like, oh man, the game's only 3 hours long. It's damn worth $60. I'm not talking about those people because they're fucking retards anyway. And that's a whole other topic that I'll get into probably in a minute. But it's clear that this game has all the issues that were present in the demo. Like the demo wasn't like an early build of the game. It was literally just cut out of the release, and like they haven't done shit about it. Like there's no day one patch, for example, to fix anything yet, which is ridiculous. Maybe there will be later, but the game straight up just crashed on me like a minute and a half ago. But it didn't just crash. Like it totally fucking kicked me out of Steam, which is amazing. Like I have no idea what happened. It popped up with a message. It was like, you are not connected. Like it was like, please check your Ethernet cable or connect to a wireless network. You cannot use online features because you are not on Wi-Fi. And I'm like, excuse me. Clearly I am. So I don't know. Maybe Steam dropped connection, and somehow that forced Steam to close. But even so, like, the game still has the same stupid fucking rendering problems that Resident Evil 2 did, except that Resident Evil 2, if you put the graphics on way above the maximum, it's still like it worked better than if you didn't. Because like it has that same graphics menu, right? Where it shows how much memory you're using. So first of all, there literally isn't a card on the market that has 12 gigs of RAM. I mean, there straight up isn't. Like, there might be, but no one owns one. And even if there is, it's like, it's way old. It's not even like a GeForce 10 series. That's how fucking old it is. Like, there might be a Titan, a GeForce Titan, which probably came out in like 2014, 2016, that has 12 gigs of RAM. But even if it did, it would still be like 11.86 or whatever. You know, it wouldn't even be 12 gigs of RAM, and you would still be above the maximum memory. Like, it's fucking retarded. Who comes up with this shit? And it's not like having SOI would help either, because it would still only recognize it as 12 gigs of RAM. It wouldn't recognize it as like, you know, 16 gigs or whatever if I had two 1080s. But anyway, so that I'm pretty sure that's why the game crashed, is because like you start out here, and if you look in one direction it's fine, but then if you look in the other direction it has to render all this lighting, and it just fucking like the game just like takes an immediate shit. And there wasn't even an error message or anything. It just straight up fucking disconnected. It straight up kicked me out of Steam. I'm turning this off because there was a known issue in Resident Evil 2 Remake where the fact that it was constantly uploading to RENet literally caused the game to stutter every like 6 microseconds. I'm not even saying milliseconds. I'm saying like microseconds. Like it was constant, non-stop stuttering until you turned it off. So I don't know if that'll make a difference. Let's see if the game crashes again. Hopefully I don't have to start over from the beginning. Yeah, I do. And yes, I chose standard. I'm just skipping all this shit. Sorry if anyone's actually watching. So that lamp right there. See how it's like rendering perfectly fine right now? This is pre-rendered for some dumbass reason. That's my alarm, because it's 4:30 in the morning. See how the lamp is fine? And yes, I woke up before work to play this. I don't think I even made it this far before. Lag. Nope, no lag. See, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I hate being right about everything all the time. God damn it, it's a curse. Turn off fucking RENet. It immediately has no issues. I'm gonna stare at this clock and then I'm gonna act like I'm gonna put a review like hands on clock, do not move, 0-10. All right, so that's I'm not gonna show anything else from the game. I don't want to be one of those people. Not that the game didn't break street date because of shitty retailers anyway, like a week ago. But I'll have more legitimate complaints later, I'm sure. Oh, okay. So, since I have the game running, I'm not actually playing it right now. So yeah, there's all these people like, oh, the game's only 3 hours long. It's a waste of money. If anyone who ever pays attention to what I say about Resident Evil anywhere, like on Reddit, you know that I hate these people because of gatekeeping, basically. And when I say that, I'm talking about my gatekeeping. If you don't realize that Resident Evil wasn't meant to be a 27-hour long game, then you need to shut the fuck up and find something else to play, because every Resident Evil made before Resident Evil 4 was intentionally made to be beaten in less than 2 hours. Okay? Resident Evil 1, you could beat it in 2 hours. Resident Evil 2, you could beat it in 2 hours. Resident Evil 3, you could beat it in 2 hours. Code Veronica. Okay? The only way to get an S rank on the game was to beat it in like an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know the exact time, but it was like an hour and 54 minutes was like a B or something. That was the whole fucking point of Resident Evil, is that it was made for speedrunning. That's how you unlock shit. That's how you flexed back in the fucking 90s, because there were no achievements. Like there were no Steam profiles. There were no YouTubes. So these people, they're fucking annoying as fuck. Like, the game's only like $45 in the first place if you have any idea how to shop, and you're gonna sit there like, oh, this game is not worth that money. Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. And I say that because these are people that started playing with Resident Evil 4. Because every game, including and after Resident Evil 4, was fucking long as shit. Except Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 4 took like 10 hours the first time, probably. 5 had, I want to say like 17 chapters. It had chapters split into sections, which just like Resident Evil 4. And then Resident Evil 6 had fucking 4 campaigns in it. In like each of them was like 12 hours long, or probably shorter. The first time they were kind of long, because you had no idea what you're doing. Resident Evil 7 was the only new Resident Evil game that is actually a Resident Evil game. It only took like 4 hours. Like your second playthrough would take like 4 hours because you knew what to do. But then, actually that's not true. In order to get the running shoes, you had to beat it in less than 4 hours, which was a challenge because the whole point of the running shoes was to make Ethan's slow ass walk faster. Because like his fucking slow ass walking is what takes most of the time. So yeah, it's just it's a stupid, ignorant thing for people to say. Like, I don't understand why they even bother. Oh, it's only 3 hours long. First of all, I guarantee you the game isn't only 3 hours long. Like, once you play it over and over and over and master it, yeah, it's probably 3 hours long. You can beat Resident Evil 2 Remake in like 28 minutes if you try really hard. But it's not a 3 hour fucking game. Plus, it has Resistance with it, which I'm not going to say it's a great game. I only played 2 matches of the beta, and then I uninstalled it before I installed this today. But I'm sure that has more than 3 hours replay value once you figure out how to get good. I haven't, but once you do, like, that alone probably adds more than 3 hours of game time to this. So it's just, I fucking hate spoiled, ignorant people. Anyway, let's check out Jill Valentine's room here. She has a tiny ass studio apartment. This probably wasn't her real apartment. because you know, like after Resident Evil 1, the stars are kind of persona non grata. You know, they go to Chief Irons, and they're like, hey, you know, we went to that mansion, and there's a fucking lab, and there's a conspiracy, and viruses, and herp, and you know, you can see it in that picture. I think it's at the end of Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. Or it might have been in promotional material for Resident Evil 3. What's the picture I'm talking about? I want to bring it up. I have it somewhere, I'm sure, but yeah, I have my Resident Evil modded also. I don't know. I haven't seen her face yet in game, so I don't even know if it's going to work. That could have been what crashed the game for all I know, but I doubt it. Stars. This one right here. Where did that come from? No, I don't want his remake ugly ass mansion. Blah, blah. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is... It doesn't say, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's what I was talking about. So they, you know, they go to his office and they're like, ha, bah, bah. And he's like, fuck y'all. And so, excuse me, that's when they all like kind of run away. Like Chris goes to Europe to do his thing, and then Jill, you know, she like stays here in Raccoon City because she's going to meet him later. And then I forget what Barry supposedly did, or Rebecca. Who else was actually alive? Chris, Jill, Barry, Rebecca, Brad Vickers stayed. Chris, Jill, Barry, Rebecca, Brad. 5. So yeah, there's only 5 stars members left out of like 21 or something. Who died? Well, okay, Wesker's alive. 6. Enrico died. Forrest died. This shows how old of an RE fan I am, as I don't actually remember their names. Where's what's that guy's name? A shadow of his former self. I'm gonna Google that too. It's fucking too early to be typing. Kenneth, yeah. I don't know why I'm on this tangent. But yeah, so like, I think the people in that picture are actually the only ones alive. That would obviously make sense. And the point being, I don't think this is her real apartment, because this is like, I mean, maybe this is just her bedroom. Is there a door somewhere? Maybe it's over there. So maybe she's probably like hiding out in some shitty loft, like illegal loft apartment, like it's Boondock Saints. You know how that in that movie at the beginning, how they live in this like illegal loft apartment with no real bathroom, just like a toilet mounted to the wall. Because I mean, technically they're supposed to be on the run right now. Like, I think Irons. It just sounds weird. I think Irons like basically put them on a wanted list, and I mean, Umbrella helped. Obviously, it's not like the authorities are necessarily chasing them, but pretty sure they are. So I don't really want to continue this because this leads into my next thing. That first-person shit that they showed in the trailers, I'm pretty sure that was actually in-game footage. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to run away from Nemesis here in a second. How do I stand up? fuck was that? What is the deal with this wind? Is the fucking window open? Why would you open your window and... Did you see how the fan stopped moving? Oh, that's actually pretty dank. Like the fan is actually affecting the shit taped to the wall. Oh my god. This is literally even slower than Resident Evil 7. This movement speed. What is this supposed to be a painting of? Prison? It's a lot of water. That is a lot of water somehow congealing around the window. Oh, you can actually open the window. Oh, it was... Okay, that made even less sense. What the fuck? It was just like a fucking gelatinous film of water, like, just floating in the fucking air. No, this is like no water on the floor or anything. I like to critique games based on, like, ridiculous shit that doesn't really matter. When I see this radiator, it just makes me think of House Flipper. Spend a lot of time fucking with radiators in that game. That quote-unquote game was probably a simulator. This apartment is way more authentic 90s than anything in like Resident Evil 2 Remake was. You notice in Resident Evil 2 Remake they had like 1080p live motion video from the security cameras and like LCD laptops. Well, I mean all laptops are LCD, but LCD monitors everywhere and shit. In 98, before they even became, you know, popular. What is this? The weight gain supplement? Her stars Beretta or beret thing. Unnerving combat. I see they're kind of following the old Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 1 trend here of like Vogue fashion photos and stuff, models. I don't know why Jill would have them, but I guess that's her personality. I've kind of noticed in the intro video that they took way too much inspiration from the movie Resident Evil Apocalypse. Like way too fucking much. Way too much. You'll see it when you play the game if you haven't. But the first like 4 minutes is a live action FMV intro. Holy fuck, what the shit? Yeah. You stop that. Please stop. Okay, yeah, so it still has the same... I fucking hate Capcom so much. I'm stuck. I literally can't stop moving. Yeah, so that's the end of the video. I'm just gonna close this. But welcome to Resident Evil 3. Same problems as Resident Evil 2. It's fucking ridiculous.